Once upon a time, not so long ago, in a small house in a small village in the east of a big country, there lived a widow with lots of children. She was young and quite beautiful, and she lived in a small house with her mother and father and all of her children. The family were very poor and were always hungry because there was a war on and their country had been invaded by a foreign army. They grew cabbages and carrots in their backyard. They also had a chicken, which provided the family with eggs, but still they were hungry. The children did not go to school because all the schools were closed. They were even banned from learning their own language. However, the children were lucky because their mother had been the cleverest girl in her class when she was younger, and so she was able to teach them everything they needed to know. At night, she taught them to read and write. And every day she took the eldest children into the forest to show them where the edible mushrooms grew. She showed them which plants were poisonous and which roots you could eat, and even which plants had juicy leaves which could be chewed. But still the children went hungry. One day, early in the morning, while everyone was upstairs in bed, there was a knock-knocking sound at the door. Table. The fair-haired soldier took some rye bread from his pocket and tore off chunks to share with his friend as the pot was put in front of him. What if they don't like it? What will they do? The widow lifted the lid from the pot. The soldiers both stared in disbelief as she ladled the chunky potato broth into their bowls. "What is this, cried the soldiers. "We want chips." The children looked on anxiously as the widow explained, "This is how we cook chips." "This isn't how to cook chips," the dark-haired soldier shouted, as he wrestled the ladle from the widow and threw it back into the pot. "Sit down," said the fair-haired soldier to his friend. "I'm hungry. Let's eat." "But I wanted chips." "Well, at least try it," said his friend. With that he lifted his spoon, gently blowing so that the steam curled around his hands. The children watched droplets of condensation form on the edges of his glasses. The potatoes were very hot. Suppose they were too hot? The fair-haired soldier at last put the spoon to his mouth and slurped through his teeth. "Well?" asked the dark-haired soldier. The fair soldier spat the potatoes all over the table. "What is this pig's will?" he shouted. The widow stepped back in case the soldier intended to hit her. The children cowered. The baby cried and was shushed by Grandma. "You're feeding us food that is only fit for pigs," he said, his face twisted in anger. He got up from the table and hoisted his rifle across his shoulder, pulling the strap taut against his chest. The children watched in fear as his thumb stroked the rough leather of the strap. "I'm sorry," said the widow, backing further away from the table, "it's our favorite recipe." "Favorite recipe?" "It's pig's will," he repeated, almost laughing. "Your favorite recipe is pig's will," mocked the dark-haired soldier. "Come on," said the fair-haired soldier to his friend. "Let's leave this pig palace. Stupid peasants don't even know how to cook chips." "Huh." And with that they both walked out of the widow's home, laughing to themselves at how stupid the peasants were that they did not even know how to cook chips. When they were sure that the soldiers were gone for good, the family added the potato peelings to the pot and cooked the whole lot up, even adding some more herbs for extra flavor. Then they all gathered around the table and shared the most wonderful stew they had ever tasted, dunking big chunks of the soldiers' rye bread into the steamy broth until their tummies were full to bursting.